Today we are here to conduct a training session on how to monitor performance. Today's topic will include how to monitor performance, how to identify performance gaps, how to provide feedback, and how to manage talent. If you have any questions during our training session, you're encouraged to ask questions so that you get the most out of it. Our first topic is how to monitor performance. There are several ways you as a manager can monitor an employee's performance. It is important that continuous feedback is given to employees about their performance. This helps employees understand what is expected of them. Regular employee evaluations should be given to employees so that they can improve and help them better perform at work. Precise timetables for performance evaluations help employees know when to expect them and helps the organisation prepare them. When evaluations occur regularly, employees are able to see issues from the employee's point of view and consider making changes and alterations as a result. Managers need to make sure that training and development is being supported by all team members. This can be performed by regular meetings and communication being continuously improved. Another way to monitor employees' performance is managers can get to know their employees' strengths and weaknesses. This will allow a manager to monitor their work and make sure they continuously improve. Managers should provide an opportunity for preempting difficulties to either avoid them altogether or reduce their impact. Managers can also monitor performance by using a technique called walking around. This requires a manager, supervisor, and performance appraisal staff to leave their offices and walk around the workplace to touch base with its employees. It also informally observes staff doing their job. Tyler?
What else should we be doing while we're walking around?
Good question. You can ask employees questions and listen to what they have to say. By doing this, managers will be able to see how employees are performing, monitor their progress, offer frequent feedback, and provide advice on the spot. Managers need to make sure they are monitoring performance around goals that are being provided to employees. That way they stay up to date and know what is expected of them. While monitoring performance, you need to be aware of the legislation that is relevant to performance management. This includes human rights legislation, legislation dealing with discrimination, fair work legislation, and privacy legislation. As a manager, you are responsible to be aware of this legislation and comply with it. Our second topic we are speaking about is how to identify performance gaps. It is important we identify any performance gaps employees may have at work, as this can affect their performance at work. We need to make sure that all employees are being analysed for their strengths and weaknesses. We can do this by monitoring their performance, making sure they are keeping up to date with all workloads, and we can gather feedback from other employees of any problems going on at work. We need to make sure that all employees are aware of the standards set by the organisation. This may require a training session to happen so that feedback can be processed and make sure everybody understands expectations set for them. Another way we can identify any performance gaps is asking employees when they leave the organisation to check if they are leaving due to stress, dissatisfaction. This can help identify if there are any areas in the organisation that can be improved. All induction and training programs should have a feedback form provided after the session to ensure that everyone understands and is aware of the skills that is needed for the job they are doing. It is crucial that all managers are approachable and that employees are given a chance to speak about their job dissatisfaction or stress in the workplace. This provides a massive opportunity to see where performance gaps are happening and fix them. They can be fixed by training or learning development programs. Reports are also another way to identify skill gaps within the organisation. These can help identify what sort of training and learning should be created for employees to improve. It is necessary to prioritise the learning needs that have been identified. This makes sure that urgent information that is needed happens first. To identify performance gaps, giving employees enough time to meet standards. Not enough time can make identifying performance gaps a false indication of what needs to be improved. Giving feedback for standards that are unreasonable and unattainable allows the employee to perhaps provide some insight to what they think they have a performance gap, and thus being able to help provide some training. Our third topic is providing feedback. As a manager, negative and positive feedback should be given throughout the organisation. This allows regular change and also regular improvement to help the employees and organisation grow together. Providing feedback should also be encouraging. This allows employees to feel appreciated and pointed in the right direction. Sometimes negative feedback should be given, however it is important that it is free of judgment and free of threat, as this can provide legislation problems. It is crucial feedback is given within the legislation requirements. It must be discrimination-free and respect the employee's privacy. Sometimes you should give immediate feedback. However, sometimes situations will need for the employee to be taken aside privately to give feedback. To get a good outcome of feedback, it's a good idea to give employees respect when responding. This makes sure they feel they are also getting listened to. Feedback should be kept specific and given in a timely fashion. Sometimes bringing up the past problems can make the issue worse. A good way to give feedback is to use key performance indicators so that everyone is being measured against using the same indicators. Our last topic is how to manage talent. Some employees need rewards and promotions for good work performance. Employees should be encouraged by rewards for good performance. This makes employees aware that they are recognised in the organisation as being worthy and appreciated. Managing talent can keep employees from leaving due to dissatisfaction in the workplace or feeling underappreciated. This can save the organisation costs of rehiring another employee. Giving an employee a promotion helps them succeed in the company. This is one way to manage talent. It is also important that methods of rewards are chosen fairly. Ross?
How can we do that?
You need to make sure that all reward systems are based on key performance indicators. This way it is fair and it can be proven to other employees that they deserve it. All reward systems should be regularly updated and employees should be aware of how the reward system works within the organisation. Thank you.